This video is because I don't want to be partial. I don't want to be a partial person, and this is why I'm making this video. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Christy. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning to this post, thanks for being here. You're amazing. Thanks for being here. Is my tonation changing? Am I starting to speak phonetics? You wish. Welcome, guys. So today I'm going to be talking about reasons you should come live in Saskatoon. We need you in Saskatoon. I need more friends. We need more people in Saskatoon. That last video I said about reasons you should not come to Saskatoon. Well, it's just like there are some realities of life that we have to talk about, and this is reasons why you should come. Because I don't want to be partial. It's not been, those are things that I've experienced that are not so nice. It's not been all bad. There have also been very nice experiences in Saskatoon. First I'll be talking about is the cost of living is not so high, like compared to other provinces, like compared to cost of living. And when I'm saying cost of living, I'm talking about rent and all those basic, of course you need to pay rent, all those basic things of life. Saskatoon is not so bad. It's not, I won't say it's not so bad. It is not bad. Because in Saskatoon, averagely, if you have like your $1,005, you can get a very decent two-bedroom flat. Two-bedroom flat. Two-bedroom apartments with all basic, amenities. Basic, your washing machine, your dishwasher. All those things will be part of what you are paying that amount for. Compared to other provinces where you have to pay for two-bedroom flats, you have to pay as much as 1,800, 2,000, 2,002. I think I watched one Tolulope Solutions video before we got here, and I think as at then, that was in 2020, 21. I can't remember when that video went up, but I think as at then she was paying about $2,400 for a two-bedroom. I think it was a two-bedroom, and she was paying $2,400. That was in Ontario. So compared to other provinces, when we look at housing costs, basic needs cost, it's not, and of course housing costs will also cascade down to eating, all these bills you pay for power and all that. It's also cascade down. We'll also have them cheaper here than we'll have in other places, other provinces of Canada. So when it comes to cost of living, Saskatoon is not bad. It's not bad. When we look at cost of living, Saskatoon has got a check mark. So one other thing I will look at is, even though I think I heard someone say it is rather high compared to other provinces, but from my experience so far, crime rate in Saskatoon is pretty low. Like I don't, maybe I'm the one that is oblivious, or maybe I'm the one that I've not experienced, but from news, it's not so bad. It's not bad. Every place, every province, everywhere will have their own share of crimes and all that. But for Saskatoon, I think it's pretty okay. It's pretty low. Like from my experience so far, it's pretty low. And I'm saying this, when I'm saying this, I remember that there was a video I watched of a student that lives in I think Toronto, and she made a video about how her car was stolen right from her garage. Like, how do people go into? I thought garages were supposed to be enclosed spaces. How was a car stolen from a garage of her apartment? And as at the time, I don't think she has made a video to say they found it or something. That car was stolen from, and I think she said she was paying insurance. It was not a comprehensive insurance, so at the end of the day, her insurance did not cover theft. So she lost the car, and she didn't have anything to show like for all the insurance she has paid. I just remember something now, that something also happened in Saskatoon, which we thought was a crime when we all started hearing it. All this unfolded, and I was like, immediately the person told me about this that I want to share with you now. I just remember this girl that lost a car in Toronto, and it was that someone parked her car, and I think she didn't move the car. It was during when winter just started. She didn't move the car for about 72 hours. Like, she didn't go out. Maybe she was using another person. She was following another person to go out or something. But she parked the car not in apartment parking space. She parked it like by the side of the road in front. Like sometimes there are some areas in Saskatoon where you can park your cars, like maybe not on the main road, but in like, you know, in like streets. Yeah, she parked it on the side of the on one place on the street not far from her house. And the car was parked for about 3 days, and on the fourth day she went to her car to say, okay, today the car, she's taking the car out, and she got to where she parked the car and the car was not there. And someone told me about this, that says there's someone that a car is missing. Do I know the number of police station? I say, I don't know. Do I know who she can call? I don't know. But then I just remembered, oh, there was somebody that said a car was stolen from a garage. Is that the same thing happening here in Saskatoon? But at the end of the day, when we looked at when they made some calls, you know, to the police station, to SGI and all that, they discovered that the car was not stolen, it was stowed away. Because maybe someone noticed that the car had been there for 72 hours or more than, I don't know how long you're supposed to park your car for on the streets. If it's not your apartment parking lot, I don't know. But I think there's actually a time, because she called the police and told them that the car had been parked for like 72 hours, maybe more than 48 hours. And maybe, I think it was more of security reason, because they were like wondering who is the owner of the car. Was it stolen? Why is it parked here? Why is nobody, taking the car? Because it was, at the end of the day, it was funny. They towed the car because they didn't know why the car was parked there. The car was towed. And then she had to, come. I think she was supposed to, for her to be able to get her car back, she had to pay the towing fee and all that. And maybe, I don't know what else she paid. But I've not heard of any crime so far. Like when it comes to crime rates, I think Saskatoon is actually, a secured place when it comes to security and all. I think Saskatoon is trying. Saskatoon is not bad when it comes to crime rates. And I know there are some places in Saskatoon, there are some locations that people tell you don't live here because of crime rates and all that, but it's not everywhere. There are just some select places. The way we have, is it Ajegunle? I don't know. In Nigeria, in Lagos, and even apart from Lagos, there are some cities that will have their notorious places that place don't pass it in the night, or those. So it's not out of place, But so far, I can say Saskatoon is actually like a nice low crime rate place to live. Guys, for someone like me, this is very important for me. I don't know if it's important for you too. And it is the fact that commuting from wherever in Saskatoon, if you are going from one end of Saskatoon to another, there is no traffic. I hate traffic, and I think that was one of the reasons I ran away from staying in Lagos. I see it as a waste of my life. Like my time is my life, right? The time I'm using to do this is part of my life I'm using. I don't want to sit down in traffic and be looking at the environment and I do not like traffic. There is no traffic in Saskatoon. I think I've only experienced traffic once, and that was because there was an activity. It was during summer. People were doing things. There was a walk that they were doing, and because of that, they had to divert traffic to another route, and there was a lot of people on the road. That was the only. We've been here for how many months now? 12. Like we've been here for almost 1.5 years. Traffic. That's the only time, and it was because of something. There's those kind of traffic that you will get to where the road is now free. Now be wondering, okay, what was causing the traffic? We don't have that kind of traffic in Saskatoon. The roads are, easy to commute on. From one end of Saskatoon to the other, you can drive without fear of. It's only in winter that you have to add more time to your time because of the road conditions, of course, so that you don't rush and enter ditch, But on a normal day, you can say, I want to, maybe the map will tell you this place for you to get there is 10 minutes. That 10 minutes, you will get there. Like, there's the commuting is very easy. No stress on the road, no unnecessary traffic hold up and all that. I like that because, I want peace in my life. I don't know. Traffic kind of stresses me out, and I don't know if that does the same thing for you. So if you want a peaceful, peaceable life, Saskatoon, it is for you. That's one reason I want to come live in Saskatoon. Another reason, guys, is that I have observed so far, though recently I was just speaking with someone that's been here for about 5-6 years or thereabouts, and she said it's not always been like that, but I see that people that come in people that have been coming in, no matter how it is, no matter what kind of job it is easy to get the job. Like, people get job easily here. The economy is good enough for people to get jobs, something to sustain themselves, something to sustain themselves. Don't let me speak bad English. Something to sustain themselves, something, you know, to earn a living by. Like, so far I have noticed that it is easy to get, for you to get something doing here in Saskatoon. I don't know how it is in other provinces, but for this Saskatoon that me I've lived in for over 1 year, it is easy to get something doing. And it might take a bit of time to get into your field, like maybe what you actually, and even for some people it does not take that long time for them to get into their field, you know. You just need someone that will refer you here or there. But for some people it doesn't take time, but for most people you can get something doing like as fast as you want. And maybe it will take a bit of time for you to now get into your main field, but you will definitely get something. Getting a job in Saskatoon is not so bad. Like, from my experience with people that have been coming in, you get something will come up, you get something. Like, that's one reason to come live in Saskatoon. So, and I know I said in the previous video about why you should not come to Saskatoon that the weather can be on the extremes. Either it's too hot or it's too cold. But another thing I've also noticed is that we have a right amount of the sun, the rain. You know, there are actually some places that I hear that it never stops raining. I think it's maybe British Columbia, I'm not sure, but there was a province somebody was talking to me about, like, it's always raining. I don't want that kind of weather, because like someone said, I remember I had a discussion with I can't remember which province, I can't remember right now, but the person said in that province, that's where the person was living, or the person is still living there, that it is always raining. There's always rain. He said that it's always rain, or there's never rain. I think it is always raining. But here we have the right amount of sun, the right amount of, and I think that's why we have good agriculture, you know. Good, we Saskatoon, we say we have now, because this is where I'm living. Saskatoon have like a good hold on agriculture. We have the land for it. We have even people that are into agriculture. We are feeding the nation, you know. So we have the right amount of, you know, the weather, the winter. Well, it is what it is. We bless the Lord. You know, there's the spring where we have some slight rains. You know, there's the fall and there's the summer. So we have the right amount of this weather. Like, there's the rain. The rain is not too much. The sun can be a bit on the high side, but you know, the farmers are enjoying it. But I think compared to some other places where it's just if it is rain, you just have the rain will be like throughout, or you will not have rain at all. Though our rain is not like somebody who was asking me, and I said our rain is not like the one that we used to hear on our rooftop. Pa, 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 pa. The rain is not like heavy rains, but you know, we have the rains, we have the slight rains, we have the right amount of, you know, like the weather has just, you know, except for the very cold winter and very hot summer, the weather, you know, has a kind of balance, you know, that I love. And that's one reason I want to come live here in Saskatoon, you know. This one I learned from my interactions with some students that actually, you know, I've actually had interactions with, and it is that there is an easy route to getting your permanent residence visa, as a student. You know, you can actually, it is easier. I don't know why, I don't know what it is like in other provinces, but I hear it is easier in Saskatchewan generally to get your PR as a student. Like, if you come in as a student, you know, it's easier for you to now, while as a student, you know, after you are done studying and maybe you're like working and all that, you can apply for your Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program. And the fact that you have experience, there's something that is called it's something that's called the experience, pathway. And the fact that you have experience here, you've been a student, you've worked a bit, will also help you, give you points and all that. So I hear that it is easy for students, you know, to, you know, work on to get their permanent residency approved here compared to other provinces. Like, I heard it, and from my interactions I've also seen that I don't know, I've not interacted with people from other provinces, but with the people I've interacted with here, I see that it is not so, you know, not so stressful, it's not so difficult. And that's one other reason, if as a student you are looking for which province should I accept, you want to finish your studies and staying back is not something you want to consider, then maybe this is not the reason for you. But if staying back as a permanent resident and subsequently as a citizen is something you might want to consider, then coming here to Saskatoon is a plus for you in getting your permanent residency, fast. And those are my few reasons you should. And one other reason before I finish, one other reason you should come to Saskatoon is because Christy is Christy's first is in Saskatoon, so you should come to Saskatoon. That was a joke, actually. That was a joke. Come on. You know what I mean. Am I not glowing? Saskatoon is good to me, so come live in Saskatoon. Thanks for watching, guys. Until we see you in the next video, have a beautiful life. Bye, guys. Bye.